Welcome to the Deep Dive.
Great to be here.
Today we're digging into ITC Limited's annual general meeting, the one held July 25th in Kolkata.
Right. A lot came out of that.
Absolutely. We've gone through the key points from the chairman and MD, Sanjeev Puri, and we really want to, unpack the big takeaways for you.
Yeah, looking at strategy, business moves, the whole picture.
Exactly. The aim is to give you a clear, concise understanding of what's actually happening at ITC, what it means.
Mm-hmm. So let's get into it.
Okay, so Sanjeev Puri started things off, right?
Right.
He described the current business environment. I think he called it a critical turn.
Yeah, TURN. It's an acronym. Turbulence, uncertainty, and rapid change.
Right, turn. And, for a huge company like ITC, with everything from cigarettes to hotels to FMCG.
It's massive. Yeah.
That's not just some corporate buzzword, is it? It sounds pretty challenging.
Oh, absolutely. And what's interesting is how he framed it. Not just as a challenge, but as something that actively demands new thinking.
Demand. So not just navigating it, but really changing approach.
Exactly. He said it requires novel strategies, new solutions. It's about being proactive.
Okay, and that leads straight into their main strategy, doesn't it? ITC Next.
That's the one. ITC Next.
Yeah.
The big idea is creating a future-ready portfolio.
Future-ready. And also building anti-fragile supply chains. That term, anti-fragile, it sounds quite ambitious.
It is. It goes beyond just being strong or resilient. It suggests a system that can actually, gain from disruption.
Gain from it. How would that work for ITC?
Well, think about diversifying suppliers, more local manufacturing, building in backup. So if one part gets hit by, say, a shipping crisis,
Right.
the whole thing doesn't collapse. Maybe it even finds a better way. And to back this up, they've committed, a huge investment.
Yeah, rupees 20,000 crores, medium term.
20,000 crores. That's substantial. So the big question is, where's that money actually going?
We'll definitely get into that. But before we do, Curry mentioned something else important, the impact on livelihoods.
Ah, yes. The societal aspect.
Said their businesses support around 9 million livelihoods.
Mm-hmm.
That's a huge number. Connects to that wider contribution idea.
It really does. It frames their strategy not just in business terms, but in, societal terms too.
Okay, so ITC Next is the plan. How are they actually putting it into action? Acquisitions seem like a big part of it.
A very big part. They've been really active buying companies.
And these aren't just random buys, are they? He called them value accretive.
Right, meaning they expect these purchases to add value, boost earnings more than they cost. It's strategic.
So fitting directly into that ITC Next vision.
Precisely. Filling gaps, getting new capabilities, strengthening key areas.
Okay, let's look at some specifics. First, tech. ITC Infotech bought BlazeClan Technologies.
Yes, BlazeClan. That's about boosting their multi-cloud capabilities.
Multi-cloud. Why is that so vital for a company as diverse as ITC? Seems quite technical.
Well, think about it. Hotels, FMCG logistics, agri-tech platforms, paper mills. They all need robust digital systems. Multi-cloud means they aren't locked into one provider, like AWS or Azure. They can mix and match, optimize costs, improve security, build resilience. It's really the foundation for a lot of their future plans.
Okay, makes sense. Then moving to FMCG, they bought Yoga Bar and the 24 Mantra organic brand. That seems like a clear health focus.
Absolutely. Tapping right into that growing health and wellness trend. People want natural, organic, healthier options.
Yoga Bar with snacks, 24 Mantra with organic staples.
Exactly. It gives them instant presence in high-growth categories. Smart move, really, given where consumer demand is headed.
And they didn't stop there in food. They also acquired Prasuma.
Prasuma, yeah. Known for premium frozen stuff, meats, dim sums, ready to eat.
So moving into convenience and premium foods, too.
Looks like it. Caters to, busy urban lifestyles, demand for quick quality meals. And ITC's distribution can likely scale Prasuma up significantly.
Right. And one more, they signed agreements for Mother Sparsh.
Mother Sparsh, yes. That's Ayurvedic and natural baby care.
Another growing niche market, then.
Definitely. Natural baby care is booming. Parents are very conscious about ingredients. It fits their personal care portfolio and targets a loyal customer base.
So each acquisition seems very targeted, filling a specific niche or capability.
Exactly. Not just buying revenue, but strategically building out that future-ready portfolio piece by piece.
Okay, now this part sounds really interesting. New growth areas. Puri highlighted their food tech business.
Ah, yes, the food tech venture. This is a key part of ITC Next.
And it's not just like an add-on to their existing food business, is it?
Not at all. It's about synergy. It uses their strengths in foods, their hotels infrastructure, and digital tech. Think cloud kitchens, delivery models.
Right, and the growth numbers were pretty staggering.
They really were. What was it, a CAGR of 108% over the last 3 years?
108%. And scaled up to 60 cloud kitchens, 5 cities. That's incredibly fast growth.
It is, but the question is always sustainability with that kind of growth.
Yeah. How do they make it work where others have struggled?
Well, that's where the synergy comes in, I think. They can use existing ITC food brands people trust, maybe leverage hotel kitchens, use their massive buying power for ingredients.
So it's an integrated approach, not just a standalone kitchen.
Exactly. Lower overheads, built-in brand recognition. It gives them a real edge, potentially.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he also mentioned other new areas progressing well, sustainable packaging and ITCMAARS.
Right. Sustainable packaging is crucial, obviously, with the push against single-use plastics.
They have those Filo and Bioseal ranges, right? Alternatives to plastic.
Yes. Commercially available solutions. It's good for the environment, yes, but it's also good business. Taps into market demand and regulatory trends.
Creates a whole new revenue stream, potentially.
Precisely. And positions them as a leader in that space.
Now, let's switch back to the core FMCG business for a moment. It's still huge for them.
Oh, absolutely massive. The diversification anchor, really. What was the consumer spend figure?
Over rupees 34,000 crores annually.
Mm-hmm.
And reaching 260 million households in India.
That reach is just incredible. Deep, deep penetration into the Indian market.
And they're keeping it fresh, launched over 100 new products last year alone.
Constant innovation. Plus, they've built 8 new manufacturing sites recently.
8 new sites. Wow. That's serious infrastructure investment. What's that for?
Supports growth across the board, FMCG, that sustainable packaging we just talked about, and also export products.
So building capacity, localizing production, controlling the supply chain more.
Exactly. Reduces dependencies, allows faster response times. Crucial when you're innovating that quickly.
Now, Puri also talked about the broader challenges, didn't he?
Yeah.
Called this a pivotal inflection point.
He did. I mentioned the turbulence, uncertainty again. And he used an interesting phrase, talked about the need to redefine growth.
Redefine growth.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think he meant by that, beyond just numbers?
I think so. And then he used that other term, compassionate capitalism.
Compassionate capitalism, that's quite a statement. What does that imply in practice for ITC?
Well, it seems to mean growth that isn't just about profit, but also considers, societal well-being, sustainability, livelihoods.
Like the 9 million livelihoods figure we mentioned earlier.
Exactly. And things like their agri-initiatives, supporting farmers. It's about creating shared value, not just extracting it, integrating social good into the business model itself.
He did mention specific headwinds, though. Weak exports, import dumping, inflation.
Yeah, the usual suspects causing softer demand. But he sounded pretty optimistic about India's future, banking on reforms.
So how do they handle those pressures while still aiming for this compassionate growth?
Strategic supply chains, again, that anti-fragility idea.
Yeah.
And focusing on higher value addition within India, not just basic production, but more complex, profitable activities.
And diversification helps too, presumably.
Absolutely. If one sector struggles, others can compensate. And that leads to that really key statistic he shared.
The non-cigarette revenue.
Yes. 65% of revenue now comes from outside the traditional cigarette business.
65%. That's a huge shift over the years. Really shows the diversification strategy paying off.
Monumental shift, really. And the FMCG part alone has grown massively from around 14,700 crore in FY21 to projected 22,000 crore in FY25.
Wow. And he kept bringing up food tech as that next big growth lever.
With that 108% CAGR, yeah. They clearly see massive potential there as they roll it out across India.
Okay, let's quickly touch on paperboards and packaging again. They acquired Century Pulp and Paper.
Right, the Century undertaking. That's a big move to scale up their paper business significantly.
And they have some specific financial expectations for it, don't they?
They do. They expect it to be EPS accretive, so boost earnings per share right from the first year.
Immediately accretive. That's quite confident.
And they also project a 30-40% increase in EBITDA per ton after 2 years, which is a key profitability metric in that industry.
So aiming for both scale and efficiency gains.
Seems like it. Alongside the innovation piece, we talked about the sustainable packaging alternatives like Filo and Bioseal.
Right, replacing single-use plastics.
Yep.
Good for the planet, good for business.
Exactly. It positions them very well for the future of packaging.
Okay, finally, let's round this out with the agri-business. Puri mentioned Horizon 2 initiatives. What's that about?
Horizon 2 seems to be about moving up the value chain in agriculture, developing value-added products.
So beyond just basic crops, like what?
Things like spices, coffee, horticulture products. And he noted that these specific lines have actually doubled 2x growth in the last 5 years.
Doubled in 5 years. That's strong growth in value-added agri.
It really is. Shows the potential there. And this connects to ITCMs, their phygital ecosystem.
Physical and digital.
Right.
Supporting farmers.
Yeah, over 2,000 farmer-producer organizations, 22 lakh farmers across 11 states. It's a huge network.
How does that ITCMAARS system actually work? How does it help the farmers in ITC?
It blends on-the-ground support, like advice on farming practices, with digital tools for market access, weather info, things like that.
So improving productivity and linking them better to markets, maybe even directly to ITC's own factories.
That seems to be the goal. It builds a more robust, traceable supply chain for ITC, secures raw materials, and hopefully improves farmer incomes, too. Ties back to that compassionate capitalism idea again.
Building the value chain from the ground up.
Exactly.
So wrapping this all up then, looking at the whole AGM picture, what stands out most is a company really trying to actively shape its future, wouldn't you say?
Definitely. Not just reacting to turbulence, but strategically investing, acquiring, innovating across so many different areas. FMCG, tech, paper, agri, food tech.
Yeah.
It's a real transformation push.
Yeah, under that banner of ITC Next.
Right. And trying to embed that idea of compassionate capitalism, aiming for growth that also lifts livelihoods and focuses on sustainability. It's a complex balancing act.
It certainly is. That 20,000 core investment commitment, the focus on acquisitions, the rapid growth in new areas like food tech, it all points to a very dynamic period for them.
It really does. And it leaves us with a thought, perhaps for you, our listener, as big companies like ITC talk more about compassionate capitalism and redefining growth. What new standards should we hold them to? Beyond just the financial bottom line, how do we actually measure the success of this more integrated, supposedly more compassionate approach? Something to think about.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
Okay, just a reminder for everyone, we are not SEBI-registered financial advisors. If you are considering making any investment decisions, please make sure you consult a certified financial advisor first. Thank you for joining us on The Deep Dive.
Thanks, everyone.